And they were on top of it. Oh, I didn't change at all. My knees.
Yeah, it's very professional.
Can we wrap this up already? It's a good spot.
Can I just touch it?
Careful.
So fresh. It smells good too. It smells like fresh cow. Okay, you ready?
I mean, I guess.
Okay.
You gonna try and buy it away from me?
Hey, welcome to Outside the Virus, the show that we do to talk about stuff going on outside the virus, which is dwindling down. The virus is dwindling down, so we normally talk about things going outside, news going on outside of that. That has to do with your money, of course, trying to help you out. Maybe we'll make this one a quick one today. Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
See what happens. What do you got? Anything good?
We can start with Amazon and JCPenney in talks down over in, I think it's Waco. I don't know, somewhere in Texas. Wherever JCPenney HQ is.
Amazon, JCPenney's, huh?
Yep, because Amazon's had like their apparel thing for a while. Like they're trying to grow their apparel side of things, and I don't know, would you wear an Amazon shirt? I'm sure it's not going to be called Amazon, but they had some interesting ideas. I was looking at one of them from a couple years ago where it's like the box idea where you can order whatever you want and then you just send back whatever you don't use.
Yeah.
Everybody does that nowadays.
Yeah.
So they tried that. Apparently it didn't work too well. They're going to go with JCPenney, who has a long history of success, and they're killing it right now. So good call. I'm going with JCPenney. That was sarcastic, by the way.
Yeah, good timing. Yeah.
It seems weird that I mean, I get it. Like, it's probably an opportunity, and JCPenney's probably willing to just be like, yeah, we'll partner.
Well, JCPenney needs a decision by this Friday on, or no, not this Friday. They said this month from the judge. Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy!
JCPenney's basically said we need a decision or we're going to put ourselves up for sale. We have to. And so normally these things take a while. You got Nordstrom's going through it. Lord & Taylor, I believe, is still going through it. JCPenney said, don't mean to push it, Judge, but either you make this happen or we're putting ourselves up for sale or exploring other alternatives.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I thought that was interesting. Amazon, it's another one of those cases of a big company just eating up something else and moving on.
And the world turns, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So remember a while ago we did the Google search terms. And we showed the search terms for different topics, trampoline and all the fun ones like that. I thought we'd revisit that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's been changes.
That's just disrespect.
I'm sorry, I went to put my hand
disrespect.
down. I had to get that done. We'll show a few of them on the screen here, but check it out. Google search terms actually doing well. Things are picking up out there. If you look up Google search terms for car dealer near me, people may be looking to buy a car. Notice the spike. If you look up F-150, big spike, right? In the F-150 there, people, that's the number.
That's the truck.
That's America's brand.
The truck.
You know,
not a bad truck, by the way. Not a bad looking truck. I don't know if I would ever own it, but it's just a truck, man. You picture a truck.
it's a
that's
nice
what
truck.
you picture.
That's what Tesla should have done with their truck.
Oh, I love the Cybertruck.
Franz, could you try to break this glass, please? Sure? Yeah. Oh my.
That thing's awesome.
Then I've reached that point. I've asked so many people about this stupid Cybertruck, and people are like, "That thing's cool," and I'm like, "I don't see it." I'm worried that I don't see it. I'm old, I guess, because I don't see it.
It's a tank.
I like Elon Musk. I like the whole thing that they're doing. I don't see it.
I don't like the electric side of it, but
anyways, F-150 kicking butt. So imagine people out there searching those terms. What are they doing? They're buying a car. They're going to get it fixed, whatever it happens to be. Interestingly, car repair uptick as well. Cigars.
Because people ain't been running their cars, right? That's like...
The battery's dead.
Battery's dead. Car's been sitting around for a while.
Yeah. Summer trip.
What was it? Cigars?
Cigars. Oh, that one's been steadily streaming. Since people were locked down at home, it's been steadily streaming higher.
I wonder if that has anything to do with Michael Jordan in The Last Dance, that documentary, because every clip they show of him like just hanging out, he's smoking a cigar. He had like a 34.5-inch cigar at one point. The dude loved his cigars. Yeah.
He's popular right now too. Could be, but anyways, doing well there. Old Jazz Wealth. We're doing well. Saw an uptick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Google search term it. Just check out Jazz Wealth.
Was that when I started being in the videos? It started going up a little bit? Is that what it was?
Oh, should we check the date? I mean, yeah, maybe it was all you, but I just noticed. I noticed everybody.
You don't have to check. It was definitely me.
All these upticks, and I'm like, well, let's see. What do we got here? The last 12 months, small uptick. Not a lot of people search for us in general, but hey, not bad.
Good for us.
And don't look at today, by the way. down today. Nobody searched today.
I bet it goes up after this video.
Yeah, maybe it goes up.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Hit the button. So, not so good. Search terms that normally would be doing well right now that
Summer trip, vacation.
Well, summer trip is doing well.
Oh, okay.
Flight.
Cruise. I know cruise is probably doing well.
Flight and cruise not doing well. Flat line down at the lows.
But has cruise popped just a little bit recently?
Nothing. You'll put it up on the screen. I got it there for you. Flat. So anyways, it's kind of fun. It's not the way, you obviously wouldn't do something like this to make a stock decision, but it gives you a sort of a hint of the economy, what's going on, what are people interested in, and maybe what stocks maybe do well. You know, maybe good for Ford if the F-150 spike in there. There's Cruise, by the way.
Wow.
Nothing.
Can you search Tesla real quick?
Tesla?
Oh, he's been in the news a lot recently.
It's a tough one because, I mean, a slight uptick.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what I got. What you got?
I like that one. So yesterday we did the credit card. I did a little bit of personal finance, trying to get away from the news. There's a lot of news out there, just nothing that does, a whole lot for me.
Yep.
So I'm going to kind of go down that path a little bit. And today I'm going to talk to people on how to find the right financial advisor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not biased at all, right?
No.
This is new to me. I didn't hear this.
No, we didn't even talk about this.
How do you find the right financial? Okay, let's see if I agree or disagree.
Okay, so we're just gonna keep it simple.
Agreed.
I hear the rumblings around the office on what different people are talking about, what different things that people might be interested in. And the number one thing that I think a lot of people are asking is what kind of services do you offer that's different from other people?
Amen.
And I'm guessing that a lot of people ask that question. That's a very important question, right? You want to know what different companies offer opposed to other ones. And,
you're gonna clean my house. What are you gonna clean?
Yeah.
What does the other company clean? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, what if that cleaning company comes in and they're just like, we don't touch the toilet at all, and you're like, well, that's kind of
big
important.
Deal.
That's what I need cleaned, and you're not going to clean it. Maybe I should look somewhere else.
No deal.
The next one, obviously, charges. What's a company going to charge? What how are they compensated in different things like that?
Yep. And the truth on that one.
Right.
It's easy to hide what you charge. Trust me.
You can hide the fees, or it's one thing, and then a week later it happens to be something else. And that's a big question. And then of course number 3, this is I think got to be the most important one. What do you got? What do you think the most important thing after the first 2 I've listed? What do you think?
From a consumer standpoint, or from a business, or from the advisor's standpoint?
We'll say consumer, but I think it could kind of go for both. I don't want to.
People focus on fiduciary a lot, although most people don't know what that means. But
yeah,
is that?
Do you have a video on that, by the way?
Probably older one. Yeah, it sounds familiar that I maybe did that.
Maybe we put.
Do it again. Is that the number one thing?
No. What experience do you have?
Oh, experience.
You want to make sure experience.
Yeah.
You want to make sure they've played.
Have you cleaned pools in the past?
Yeah.
Or, what was your job?
Have you at least been around someone that's cleaned pools? No, never. Okay, well maybe that's a red flag.
Yeah. Do you even own that Scoopy thing for the leaf?
Yeah. Exactly.
I gotcha. Yeah, experience makes sense.
And there's plenty more, obviously, that you could kind of dive into. But those were the 3, main things that I thought would probably be questions that at least everybody should ask before getting involved with anybody, and then.
Also,
from there.
Transparency. I always tell customers, ask me any question you want. Like whether it's business related, personal related, it doesn't matter. I'll answer any question because you shouldn't have anything to hide as an advisor. Right?
Let's pretend like Jazz Wealth doesn't exist. Okay, let's just pretend it's Jazz Real Estate. Okay, Jazz Real Estate.
Okay.
And you call a financial advisor and you're like, hey, I got to get my dough straight. Is that where, would you expect to go into that, like the guy's just gonna sell you hard and he wants your money, and is that a turnoff? Because like you go to a car dealership and I'm gonna get sold, but you don't take it in a bad way, you just know it's a game you're gonna play.
I won't go.
I know, you're big on Carvana.
No, I'm not necessarily Carvana, it could be anybody. I just won't go. I don't enjoy the process at a car dealership.
Is it the selling, or is it, because in every industry people are selling. Everybody's got something to sell. Car dealership is just more slimy. Slimy's not the word I'm looking for, but like there's more of a push to sell.
It feels that way. Maybe not everybody feels that way, but yeah, I think, and also the younger generation, my daughter and everybody, they refuse to participate in that. I took her with the last car we bought just so she could see like this is what it's about and the choices you have and everything, and she hated it. She said, I'll never go. That was stupid. That was a waste of time. I can't believe we couldn't just go in there and buy something. Things like that. Now, the answer to your question, I would not call a financial advisor.
Why?
When I was a kid, I used to like look. I was interested in all this stuff. I refused to call it. It was intimidating.
Yeah. Oh, I think about that all the time. How like that's got to be a really intimidating thing. And if I go back 5 years, there's no way I could ever imagine ever doing that.
I would never call them, even to this day. Even if you say, Dustin, business is gone, and now you need help from an actual advisor. You don't want to do it anymore. I couldn't. I'd have to find the right person. They'd have to come to me, and I'd have to feel that connection.
Yeah, I mean, you picture calling like an office with a guy who's got a big office, suit and tie, and you're gonna.
These are fake, by the way. These are not like, you know, because I always say leather wingback chair, and they got the coffee and everything. This is part of our speakeasy here. So behind this is actually a bar. It's not a fancy office.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun.
I mean, it's a nice place. It's a warehouse.
Yeah. Sorry, man. That was that.
Yeah, I think it's intimidating. Funniest comment I ever got is from one of our customers that joined us. Works for, I believe it was the NCIS, or if you're watching, let me know.
NCIS, the show?
No, in Houston.
Oh.
Yeah, the actual real life people.
Oh.
And his comment, what he said to me was, my job is to interview and obviously talk with some of the most dangerous people in our area, and I won't call a financial advisor. He's like, I'm intimidated by them, and my job is to deal with murderers and people all day long. And he called me. And I thought,
that's kind of cool. Well, you think about like, I don't know, you don't want to ask a question and then you get laughed at, or like, or that's like, I don't know.
Well, great story. The other day, the guy that owns this whole street, he's like, hey, my financial advisors are coming to meet with me. Can I bring them by your studio? And I said, absolutely, sure. They pulled up in the coolest black Escalade I've ever seen.
Nice.
They got out in men in black suits. There were 4 of them. And they walked in and they're like, Dustin, nice to meet you. You know, and it was all hard handshakes, taller than me and stuff. And I'm like, wow, okay. And they walked in and I was just instantly frustrated because I'm like, wow, this whole thing, all of you probably live in apartments. Like, you just made me feel like you spend all your money on looking this way. All right, I feel good. I probably have more than you guys, or at least I've tried to do things differently. And they were so intimidated. The guy was like, so what's your ROI on your AUM? You know, like he was going on and on. I stood on that thing over there so I'd be taller than
them. That's a classic short guy move.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not like super short, but these guys were tall and stuff, and I'm like, yeah. And they just didn't get what was going on. I'm like, yeah, you're not going to get it. You guys with the tie, you have a tie that costs more than a car.
I don't know who they are, but I don't like them.
Yep. It was very funny. And you know what was funny? The funniest part? We managed more money than all 4 of them combined.
Wow.
And when they found that out, they were like, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
Where is everybody? Where's your customers? Why isn't the phone ringing? I'm like, man, I reach out to them.
Nice.
It was a whole thing.
Nice. I am curious about the company. Maybe we can mention that off here.
Wells Fargo.
Wow.
They were nice guys. It wasn't like adversarial or anything.
Yeah.
But
oh, it's adversarial for me.
Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo high net worth division, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's why they look that way.
Yeah. We had to. What else do we got?
I'm done.
You're done. Okay, let me hang in there with you. You got AutoZone reporting earnings, and I thought we'd try to test some kind of deep dives and things on AutoZone. If you look at the price of AutoZone, it has been basically in line with the S&P today. It's outperforming a little bit. Basically in line with the S&P year to date, but if you look back over the last 5 years, it has outperformed by an average of 3% a year. The S&P 500, people are always asking, well, what stocks outperform? Last 5 years, it's outperformed by 3% a year. Last 10 years, it's outperformed by, about 10% a year. It's been a stock that's been kind of on fire and still very strong there. It's outperformed all of its competitors except for O'Reilly Auto Parts. You know O'Reilly?
I know O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. Yeah, we know it. Okay.
That, I don't know what happened with them one time. I went there because there's one over off of Emerton. I went to go get a battery changed, and they just like gave it back to me, and I was like, oh, what do I do? And they're like, well, you have to find a proper way to dispose of it. And I was like, really? That seems strange. But I just went to AutoZone last week, and they did everything for me. They take it, and it's gone.
Yep, you can even have them put the battery in for you.
They did.
AutoZone, they got it going on. Okay, so I don't know what O'Reilly's doing, but they're outperforming AutoZone. So anyways, just thought I'd go through. You got earnings coming up. Should you buy the stock? Should you not buy the stock? Let's give you a few reasons to make your own decision, because I can't tell you what to do. Things that the AutoZone's doing really well, they feel like they're doing really well right now, is they've got a ton of stores, I believe close to 3,000 stores, but they're closing the stores that are underperforming and actively pushing money towards the stores that are outperforming, or relocating their underperforming stores. That's something that they did about 2 quarters ago, started doing, and it's going well. They feel like it's going well there. The other thing they're doing well and improving on that I like, in my own opinion here, is the supply chain. So if you think about AutoZone, what happens? Your car battery dies, Do you need a battery shipped to you tomorrow?
I would need one shipped to me tomorrow, but I could just,
You could just go get one.
Yeah.
Right? So what AutoZone is doing is working on technology to make sure that they focus on where the demand is at the time of the demand. Meaning, you need a battery, they need to make sure they've got the battery. That's an easy one, right? Maybe an alternator. You want to do an alternator, you're a DIY guy, you go to that AutoZone store, they have your alternator. That's the goal. Which for the most part they do pretty well. So they're working on that. They want to get the demand right, exactly where the demand is at the time of the demand is the kind of fancy way of saying that. On the commercial side, they work with repair shops, dealers, and things like that. They've really done well with that, probably better than all the other ones there. They're working on commercial credit, faster delivery and everything. However, that is a struggle of theirs because there's not as many repairs going on right now. And AutoZonePro.com is a website just for those people, the mechanics and things, to be able to faster order parts, get them delivered and everything right there. For the DIY person, they're trying to do the same day delivery thing. Not going well right now because they're focused on the pros. But all in all, doing well in that respect. And alldata.com, it's a website that they own. If you're a mechanic and you don't know how to fix a part on a car, or it's a collision or something like that, it actually shows you factory responses to how to fix this part. First, take this out, take this out, take this out. Use this AutoZone part, use this AutoZone part. You know, and so it's a little bit of a marketing thing, but they're doing well there. Some of the struggles that they're having currently, so AutoZone has a office in China so they can stay close to their manufacturing. Well, they were closed down for a while. Those are all getting back online. They expect that to hit their earnings and revenue in this quarter, not only as well as next quarter as well. Slower dealership traffic as well. Apparently at the dealerships, they're not only not selling cars, but they're not fixing the cars that they sold. So AutoZone sees that obviously less repairs there. And one negative that I wanted to point out, debt. AutoZone's got a lot of debt, and they're handling it well. They've got a great finance team there, so if you ever look deeper into them, everything's good. But $5.45 billion in debt, that's up from $5.1 billion. Debt to capital ratio is 125%, and if that doesn't mean anything to you, just know that the average in the industry is 79%. So if you were to take every single auto part supplier, AutoZone would be at the top in terms of how much debt relative to capital that they have. And the trouble is, one of the other struggles, they see their expenses going up. And a lot of companies are doing this. Home Depot reported they see their expenses going up as well because the traffic is more, but it's more traffic in a shorter amount of time. And in order to keep up with that, you're raising your expenses with employees, getting new stocking shelves faster. Walmart just is going to run into the same thing when they report their earnings. They did report their earnings, I'm sorry. Higher expenses. So something to consider there. Even though you think Walmart is good because they've got a lot more sales, well, they got to hire a lot more people. They paid out an extra bonus and everything. So that's consideration for AutoZone as well. In short, if you look at the stock price right now, obviously we mentioned it's outperformed. It's doing really well. With the current struggles they have, it may be more interesting if you bought it when it drops a little. That's as far as I can take that.
Wow.
You know? I'm just saying, there's a lot of good things going on. You expect it to be an outperformer. Maybe you just hope it drops a little.
They do got a lot of exciting things going on there, by the way. If they get the one-day shipping and they can improve on the DIY thing, that's huge. If they can actually truly dominate that area and actually separate themselves from everybody else, that's huge.
Yeah,
it really is.
And they're AutoZone focused on the pro or the car repair mechanic type companies is the equivalent of Home Depot focused on the pro.
Yeah.
Those two in their own respective spaces, they're the dominant force.
Yeah, I mean,
looks good.
Talk with Amazon and get that one-day shipping thing done, and that's even for the pro. Like if you can get that to.
I think AutoZone could just do it themselves.
Well, yeah.
Maybe Home Depot too.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyways, stock is good, just a little bit overpriced. I mean, the stock obviously is something to look at. I'm not saying it's a good stock to buy, but it's something to look at in terms of price. You know, maybe not necessarily overpriced, but sort of fairly priced at the moment. Doesn't everybody want a good discount?
It's true.
All right. Good?
Good. Good.
We'll wrap it up there. There will be no show tomorrow. No Outside the Virus tomorrow. And likely no closing beat as well. Sorry.
What's tomorrow? Wednesday?
Tomorrow's Wednesday. Enjoy the day off. You don't have to, watch the show. People that think it's too long, they don't have to watch. Wednesday, no closing beat tomorrow as well. So I don't know what you're going to do.
Wow. That's breaking news. So you just dropped that bombshell on me. Or Monday.
Why? Oh, because of the holiday?
Yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah.
Well, we could still do something Monday. I mean,
people are really going to miss us.
If we had a go-kart, we could start working on that thing.
Ooh, let's do it.
By Monday? All right.
Yep.
Anyways, see you Thursday.
Just taking the day off tomorrow.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. I'm just always worried about ghosts.
Do people live over there?
Here?
Oh, well, no, like across that little way there, where they have that truck backed up. That little family.
They grow lettuce. They grow lettuce like that.
Is that what they do?
They're there all the time, but it's lettuce and different greens and stuff. If you gotta go just say hi one time. Inside of that, they have these conveyor belts that have purple lights all around them, and the lettuce goes like this and then around and around and around.
No way.
And by the time it makes it back to the top, they pluck it off and it's ready.
Is that what's in the fence back there?
All those containers.
Oh, okay, but they're not like in the backyard there, because kids were playing there. I watched the kid jump that fence. Yesterday I went outside and the kid just flopped right over the fence there, and I was like, yeah, I thought it was like, that's where they lived.
No, the kids just play. I think there's like 6 of them. One of those kids